you've probably heard of kombucha, but do you actually know what it is or why you might want to start drinking it or making it? We're helping you out tonight with Jeannine and Sarah from Buchi. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Hi. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so let's start with the most important question. What is kombucha, and am I even saying it correctly?
Yeah, you are saying it correctly. Kombucha is a delicious drink that's not only tastes amazing, but it's great for your health and really simple to make. It uses fermentation to transform sweet tea into the kombucha, and it's alive with probiotics and all the things that do your body good. Simply put, it's a low sugar alternative to soda that still has that refreshing fizz, but is rich with beneficial nutrients and gut supporting bacteria. And good news for your viewers today, it's an incredibly simple 3-step process that's easy to make at home.
You know, I love the idea of adding things into our lives. You know, as we celebrate the beginning of a new year, a lot of people are talking about like taking things away, but adding things is so much more fun. And when you're able to do it at home, that's awesome. So how exactly can we make this at our own home?
Well, before you get started with fermenting kombucha at your home, you have to plan ahead and acquire a kombucha culture. Or you can grow one using a bottle of our kombucha, which is what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
So to do this, you just open a bottle of kombucha, you pour it in a jar, and then you cover it with a cloth and you let it sit at room temperature for about 10 days. I'm going to put a rubber band on it to make sure no critters get in there. But during this time, it grows a SCOBY, and it should look like this when it's ready. So this SCOBY and the starter liquid has all the microbes you need to brew your own full batch. It's kind of like a sourdough starter in that you take a little bit of dough from the previous batch and it can be separated to make new batches. Kind of the same with kombucha. And by the way, we do have a step-by-step guide to this on our website at DrinkBuchi.com, or you can scan the QR code on our bottle.
Cool. So where do we go from there after we've, let that sit for 10 days, which is the easiest thing in the world?
So now that we have our SCOBY and our starter that Jeannine was so kind to make for us, we're going to first boil water. Then we're going to add our sugar. We're going to stir to dissolve. And then finally, you're going to add your tea bags and let it steep for about 20 minutes. We recommend using organic sugar in black tea, and to make it as nutrient dense as possible, we go beyond organic and utilize regenerative sources for both those ingredients. Making kombucha at home is a great way to kickstart your year with good gut health for you and your family. Like you said, adding in instead of taking away. So now that that steeping is complete, we're ready to remove the tea bags, as I've already done here, and we're gonna add our starter that I've already got poured out and measured, and we're gonna add our SCOBY. Once that's done, you're gonna cover it with a tea cloth and a little rubber band, and you're gonna let that sit for around 10 days on your counter at room temperature. Once it's reached that perfect level of sweet and tart, you're gonna remove the SCOBY and you're gonna place it into your SCOBY hotel, and you're gonna store that in the fridge. So now that you've gotten all your fermentation complete, you're ready for the real fun, flavoring.
What kind of flavor ideas do you have for us?
Well, we really love the flavoring part. This is really where you let your creativity shine, and you can also add additional health benefits by your choice of herbs, spices, fruits, and juices. So today we've got cinnamon, clove, ginger, vanilla, and orange peel. We're just gonna have those here in a bowl already measured out. I'm just gonna put them in here. And then once you got your flavorings in there, your spices in there, you just cover it and you pop it in the fridge. And then you just check it ever so often until it develops that perfect balance of flavors that you're looking for. And once you do that, then you just strain out all of the bits, and then you put it in a bottle such as this, and you put it back in the fridge until you're ready to enjoy or share with a friend.
I love that. I also think it's a great way to teach your kids and your family members about patience, because this is, a lengthy project, but the end result is pretty cool.
That is very true. No step takes a lot of time and actual doing, but there is patience involved where you have to wait and let the microbes do their thing.
Very cool. Where can we get some more information and get some of these recipes, at our fingertips?
You can check us out at DrinkBuchi.com, where we have step-by-step instructions that you can use to brew your first batch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
We'll be right back with more Good Day Stateline.